Hey, Clay, this is Joe Nichols.
Hey, Joe, how you doing this morning, man?
Good, buddy. How are you?
We are fantastic. We've been talking about these UB Tailgate Series concerts, and you're part of it, and I know you're a big football fan.
Sir, man, I'm a huge college football fan, huge pro fan.
All right, which college team?
I'm a big Arkansas Razorbacks fan. I'm from Arkansas, so it's where I grew up, and I've watched a lot of good seasons. Watched a lot of terrible seasons. So,
did you ever play any football yourself?
No, not past high school. No.
Talking to Joe Nichols today. The game that you were going to be a part of, you got a concert prior to, is going to be UB versus Baylor. That's a pretty big name that's coming to Buffalo. So you're going to be opening up the night for that, and some people get to come down and see you for free. What have you been up to?
I've been up to the tour this year with Lady A. That's been kind of the big thing, and new album out there, Crickets. We got a couple big songs off of that, and I don't know. We've just been working our tails off this year, trying to spread the word about the music on the album, and like I said, hooking up with some friends of ours, Lady A and Billy Currington, and that's about it. It's just been a kind of a whirlwind kind of year, and it's been a good one at that.
Joe, I just don't know how to describe it, but I've said this many times to many people. Your voice is sounding better than ever. I don't know if maybe it's the songs or maybe something you're doing different, or maybe you're feeling healthier. I don't know what it is. Can you explain that?
Well, maybe I'm like wine. Maybe you just got to find the right year. Open that bottle up. I don't know. I think just this combination of things. I think I'm kind of hungry for the music to be better than I've been in a long time, ever since probably the first record. And I'll tell you what, the working relationships in the studio and with the record label, that means a lot, to your I guess your motivation going in the studio and wanting to do well. If you work with people that you kind of don't trust or kind of don't want to come see at work, then you probably not going to perform as well. But if you come into work and you're hanging out with friends, and your friends are in the studio with you, and they're pushing you, I think it kind of shows. So it's all about the relationship I think you have with the people you're working with.
Joe Nichols is our guest this morning. He's going to be at UB, part of the Tailgate Series. And when your song comes on, say like Yeah or Sunny in 75, and you're driving in your truck, do you sing along, or do you say, you know what, I've heard that song so many times, what else is on?
No, I listen to it. I listen to see what the DJ says in front of or behind the song, if they like it, or if there's a caller on the radio that likes it. So I wait. I listen to it. And here's the other thing. I know it's going to sound cheesy, but I like the way the song sounds on the radio. After all this time, I've probably heard the song more than anybody on the planet, and I still like it. So that probably says something about the song.
Well, I'll tell you right now, when Sunny in 75 comes on, we don't even take phone calls because we're singing it. We got it cranking.
No, that's a song that you just never get tired of. I don't know how many times we've played it. That is such a great, great song. But can you think of the first time you ever heard a song that you've done on the radio? What was your thought?
Ooh, the first song I heard on the radio was The Impossible. It was back in 2002, and I thought, at that moment, I thought I had a shot. Before then, it was all just talk, and it was all just, everybody hyping each other about, the new album, and we got a single coming out, and blah, blah, blah. But the first time I heard The Impossible on the radio, I thought, man, this means I really have a chance.
Great song.
That's 12 years ago already? Get out of here.
I know, man. It feels like yesterday sometimes, and sometimes it feels like another person. It feels like another lifetime ago. But that's the other thing I'm grateful for. 12 years ago, we had our first single, our first number one song, and here we are in 2014 having back-to-back number one. So I think to be on this trajectory, which is I think our highest, point in my entire career, this much later than our first single, I think it's pretty cool. It's pretty special. This is I think my fifth or sixth career.
Well, I wonder if there's a lot of stars that can relate to that, But you mentioned we talk about the songs. Has it ever happened where you're in a concert, you're doing your show, and you're like, you know what, I'm going to move this song to the end because I just know this is going to be the song that'll really get them at the end?
Yeah, Sunny in 75 is our show closer because I think it's got that energy that kind of lights everybody up. They start jumping, they start hollering, they start screaming, they start singing. And not that they don't do that, through most of the show, especially with songs like Tequila and What's a Guy Got to Do and all that kind of stuff. But it seems like Sunny in 75 is that song that kind of takes us home.
Yeah, that's a great way to close a show. But of all the songs, of all the hits that you've had, what's the song that you're most proud of?
Most proud of?
Yes.
I think a song on this new record. It's called Footlights. It's one that I've always wanted to cut. It's a Merle Haggard song, and it's kind of an obscure Merle Haggard song, but it's a very personal song to me for lots of reasons. You know, mainly my dad was a fan of the song. You know, he passed away in 2002. I did it on the Opry for him back then, and then you know, also I relate to the song myself. You know, being an artist out here on the road, and the song talks about having to disconnect with how you're feeling inside and what you're kind of going through mentally, just to make sure the people feel, you know, like you're putting on a show. And it's, you know, like I said, I can relate to that.
Well, we can't wait to see you, man. It's at UB. You're going to be playing before the game against Baylor, and we will see you in Buffalo.
All right, man. I'll see y'all there. Thank y'all for having me on today.